What the hell happened here?
I notice you're standing there curious as to why the world is ruined. They killed magic. Well, more like destroyed it completely.
Okay, hang on. What do you mean they destroyed magic? How does that explain?
Too many universes. Too much beyond. Just take a look at this shit.
Good lord! Wait. What's that?
We said too much too fast. Take this, you have to save magic.
Hold it, give me a second. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Project Booster. Fun.
What's up, Planeswalkers? How you doing? How you doing? Long time no see, but that's all behind us. I'm back. For now. And I've got an interesting commander to talk about today. It's Stella Lee, wild card from the new Outlaws of Thunder Junction set. It's an Izzet and 1 colorless 2/4 human rogue that says whenever we cast our second spell each turn, we exile the top card of our library, and until the end of our next turn, we may play that card. Then if we played 3 spells in 1 turn, we can tap Stella Lee to copy target instant or sorcery. That spell could of course be the 3rd spell required for the clause in the first place. So my first impressions of this card was, it was mid. But in actual practice, this commander is a house. Now there's definitely a streamlined deck list for this commander, and this video is not it, as I was trying to create a token storm deck that wasn't Jeskai, and what I got was, well, let me show you. But before I do, if you have a commander you want featured in a video, leave it in the comments or join our channel Discord. Starting off with the creatures, we have Balmor Battle Mage Captain, which grows our team while we storm, but what's important about this card is the fact that it hands out trample to our creatures. Third Path Iconoclast is here to pump out creatures, and early it will keep our life total high because it makes us a bunch of colorless chump blockers. Thunderclap Drake, which comes with some discount for our spells, but that's really not a big deal when most of our spells are 1 mana. We're playing this card for its last ability, which can copy a spell based on how many times we've played our commander. If you're looking for cuts and upgrades, I would start here and throw in a Dockside. Why not? Young Pyromancer, which fills the same role as Third Path Iconoclast. Brawl and Kari Zeph lets us cast extra spells, the cast part being important for our strategy. Just make sure you lead with the expensive spell so that you get to cast a cheaper spell for free. Bayron, Voice of Duality, is a monster card in our deck, and you should treat it as such. Many of your opponents will try to kill this card immediately, so be ready for that. Now, they'll want to kill it because all our creatures get double triggers when we cast or copy our spells. With an ability like that, this card is going to be in a lot of different decks, so if you haven't picked one up yet, I definitely recommend it. Archmage Emeritus is perfect. It's going to draw us a lot of cards whenever we're playing or copying our spells. Bree, Riptide Rogue, gives us a perfect way to grow our tokens and let some of the big ones go in unblocked. Murmuring Mystic will make us flying attackers when we cast spells. Ojir Pack, Deepest Epoch will give us extra triggers for all our creatures because our spells gain rebound. Also, this card can be really annoying for people to deal with, especially if they're not in the colors for exile. Phyrexian Metamorph is just a staple that provides so much utility. It fits in just about any deck, including this one. Stormkiln Artist for extra mana, and if Storm starts storming, it's usually thanks to the mana that you're getting from this card. Tolerant Sky Summoner for yet another way to make an army while we storm off. Niv-Mizzet Parun, which is a bit of a red herring in the deck since we aren't playing the Curiosity combo, but on its own, people get really scared of this card and tend to go out of their way to kill it, and it usually will draw you 1 or 2 cards, so I always find it worth it because it's one of those cards that even if they don't deal with it and we're not comboing off, you'll get so much value that it's just worth playing. There's Roar the Storm, which we can make cheaper with spells in our graveyard, not that much cheaper, but a little bit cheaper. And once we have this card out though, it's going to make our biggest tokens yet at 4/4. They come with prowess and flying, so really this is definitely a big game finisher, and I'd be careful when playing it because people are going to want to blow it up fast. Onto the spells, which I'm going to simplify to make things easier for myself. Most of these spells are cheap cantrips, which are just meant to replace themselves while giving us a cast trigger for our creatures. So I'll be going over these cards first. Expedite, which haste can be cool. Faithless Looting, which we can cast later. Overmaster, which we can use to force through one of our bigger spells. Peek to get information. Preordain, Serum Visions, and Sleight of Hand. Now for the rest of our spells, we have Lightning Bolt as a alt win con with a combo, but worst case you can just bolt a bird. Pognify for cheap removal. Strike It Rich, which is similar to a cantrip in the idea that it's a spell that's going to kind of pay for itself. Vandal Blast for any pesky artifacts. Dramatic Reversal for the Isochron combo. Expressive Iteration for good card advantage. Just remember to play this card after turn 2 at the very least. Finale of Promise for some spell recursion. Note that it also gives you cast triggers. Molten Duplication for some sneaky beats, and with a 1000-Year Storm, this card can get really out of hand and just as long as you have a creature. Muddle the Mixture for the Isochron combo, as it can find either piece of the combo. Narset's Reversal for its combo potential, and in a pinch, it can at least copy a Cultivate, which isn't that bad. Snap, since it pays for itself. Chaos Warp, if we need to get rid of something indestructible. Frantic Search for more card draw and combo, and untapping lands is really great. Chizika's Will, because we love playing staples, and this one lets you grab cards and mana as long as you have a commander out. Lock and Load, which is really only playable because you can plot it, and I would recommend you plot it every time you play it, so it's free later on, so next turn we can play a bunch of spells, then play this for free, fill our hand up. Twitch, which might seem like a weird pick, but I've actually had this card be useful just about any time I've played it, so I threw it in. If you're not a fan of this card though, feel free to replace it with any cantrip you choose. Unwind is our negate that can pay for itself, which is not bad for a negate, as you really don't want to play too many counter spells in a deck like this. Valakut Awakening is a land when we need it, or a fresh hand when we don't. This card has already proven itself many times. Windfall for a fresh hand. Hopefully you have another player at your table that has 7 cards at the mirror minimum, so you can just draw a fresh 7. Big Score for more cards and treasures. Mizzix's Mastery for an explosive turn. Pyretic Charge is perfect for our token strategy. As we can grow our tokens, we can even plot the card as well, which I love. Blasphemous Act is a cheap panic button, but if your table is more combo heavy than aggro, then I recommend putting in a free counter spell of some sort. Onto the artifacts and enchantments, and as per usual, I'll start with the ramp of the deck. First we have Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Fellwar Stone, Fire Diamond, Izzet Signet, Mind Stone, Sky Diamond, Talisman of Creativity, Chromatic Lantern, Forger's Foundry, which comes with the ability to store our spells for later. This is a bit of a nombo with Mizzix's Mastery, so choose wisely if you do play this card. Speaking of nombos with the Mastery, we have Midnight Clock. For everything else in this category, we have Mystic Remora for more cards, Isochron Scepter for the combo, and this combo is why we are playing so many mana rocks, as we need to make at least 3 mana with mana rocks to go infinite. Impact Tremors to ping the table down when we make our tokens, Swiftfoot Boots for the protection it provides, Sorcerer's Class mainly for its second mode as it makes all of our tokens into Matadors for our spells, and everything else is just upside. Rhystic Study because we love cards, if you couldn't tell by now. 1,000 Year Storm for our Timmies out there, and also this card allows for several of the combos with Narset's Reversal. For the mana base, I'd recommend red and blue lands, but if you need one spelled out for you, then feel free to copy the mana base found in the deck list in the description of this video. Mystic Sanctuary is going to be my recommended land for this deck, as playing your favorite spell twice is always fun. That's going to be all for today's video, and if you're curious about the Narset combo, I've actually covered how it works in my Grixis Storm video. I hope you enjoyed the deck list, and let me know how I did, or tell me about your favorite Thunder Junction card in the comments below. I'd like to thank you for getting this far in the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.